Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I am here with JD Shelburne and all of his songwriting amazing friends. And since I know I screw up names, I'm going to let them all introduce themselves for you. So let's start with JD.
I am JD Shelburne. Good to be back. How you doing?
My name is Michael Grayson Campbell.
Ryan Broshear.
And I'm Tyler Bailey.
And they are all amazing. And we're here at Cerveza Jackson, Nashville, and I have hair in my face. Excuse me. We're all here at Cerveza Jackson. We just got done with our writers round, and oh my God, you guys all rocked it, by the way. Everybody was amazing. You guys are totally different. I love all of your styles, but JD, I have to start with you and your song Hometown. Does it still like hit home when you go home that's a possibility, that could actually happen?
Yeah, it does. You know, I did like 220 shows last year, and probably more than 75% of them I met someone that is from kind of the town I'm from, and they kind of have been through the same thing. They're where they grew up is no longer there, or they go back home, and there's just no money in these towns anymore, like where I'm from. And so when you write a song, it's real. Like I lived that, and when you meet people on the road, like I'm sure all these guys that play too can relate. People listen to your songs and they take them to the heart. And Hometown, for sure, it's one of my favorite songs I've ever written, and it really paints a picture of these towns are just going by the wayside anymore. Just people never go back home, and people forget about them, and there's no money to fix them up.
I know. I often see that too when we're traveling somewhere, and you see this really amazing building and what it used to be, and it's not that anymore, and it's empty or abandoned, or they've taken a beautiful home, like all downtown Nashville, like where all the music offices are, and they were these gorgeous homes, and now they're these PR offices and stuff, and right, and it makes me sad because I feel like the theme and the old vibes are just kind of gone. I don't know. It kind of makes me sad, but at the same time, I'm happy for all of those people who have great buildings. I think it's rad for them.
I think it's perfect timing, because Trump was just putting on a giant rally or something, and maybe he can bring that hometown, revive it back. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Now when everybody's hoping something like that, isn't that what you want your commander-in-chief to do?
Absolutely. We all need positive change here.
Make your hometown great again, right?
Make your hometown great again. Bang.
We're going to hashtag the hell out of that one. All right. Okay, so Michael, let's go to you. You started off the evening with songs about trucks.
I did.
And I love that, and every girl loves trucks, but I want to know where your inspiration came for those.
Well, the inspiration came because where I come from, if you don't drive a truck, you obviously don't live there. So, I tried to avoid writing a truck song, honestly, and my guy I wrote it with, he kind of pushed me, and I said, I don't know, man. So we took a break, and I came up with the loaded down with the heart she stole line. I said, okay, I like that line, so we need a truck song to put that in.
That's awesome. And okay, and we had some tractor songs too, and you by the way, oh my God, I love your voice and I love your sound. And we did a phone interview a while back, so I want to know what you've been doing since then, because I think it's been like a year since I've talked to you. So what's this last year been like for you?
Well, music, the business flies by. I mean, you have a project and you're in the moment and you're working it. Last year we spent 17 weeks on Billboard's Country Indicator chart with Spin Me, and that fast forward, and now that's ancient history. So we're working on what the next step is, and I'm an independent artist, so we invested a lot of money in the singles that we've worked, and if it was up to me, we'd have a single out. As soon as one was done, we'd have the new one out. But without a label behind and the support behind it, it's not realistic. But we take that fire that we build up from it, and the fan bases and the towns where the radio stations played it, and we try to get back as soon as possible. So we've got some shows coming up where we've gone out to we went to West Virginia and did that. I understand you got a little West Virginia, but we've got everything from Chicago and Wisconsin to down in Mississippi, and we got some friends in Baton Rouge that bring us back for some parties. So I think we're going to do a music video this year. We're going to hit the road, meet some new fans, see some old friends, and I'm going to be writing, and let's just see what happens. Hopefully you'll be getting with me in less than a year, and we'll have
Right? Oh,
more big
absolutely,
news coming up.
absolutely. And Tyler, this is the first time that I've actually seen you and heard your music, so I'm really excited. Oh, I don't have to move the microphone.
Yeah, I got one.
forgot you have
I don't
one.
know. I
This
guess
is
I got the
awesome.
VIP or something. VIP. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to know what drives you and what inspires you. You seem like such a laid-back, easygoing guy, but your take on the
Marijuana.
song. Alrighty. Well, that's
I mean, no, literally, like it's not one thing, but
Right.
it saved my life from anxiety because I was going to drink myself to death. Because that's, I mean, you grow up in when you
Right.
you come to Nashville, you grow up in Nashville. How do you grow up in Nashville? I grew up playing these honky-tonk bars and drinking a lot of alcohol and having fun and chasing
Okay.
women, and that was just kind of, you move away from it,
right.
and that's where you get your material.
Well, I think that's great. And the fact that you can talk about it and you can explain it. And, there's a lot of people out there who do suffer from anxiety and then they go to different areas in life. So the fact
Yeah,
that
you
you
self-medicate. Oh, it's
Right.
like to think it's just fun. No, that's the point of doing it, so you feel better. You
Right.
you chase
Right.
fun,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, and I love your music, but I really loved the take on your song about love's not broken; it's still.
It's just growing, man.
It was great.
It was odd. It was odd because that's exactly how I ended up meeting JD. Me and a friend of mine were writing, and we have a mutual friend, and we were actually writing that song.
Yep.
The moment, so there was something, there's some. It's funny how the more you just relax and let it happen, the more you start seeing little connections like this.
Yeah, Eric, my keyboard player, he plays for me, several times a month. And I sent Eric a text like, "Hey, you know any writers in town that could help, fill a couple slots for Wednesday night?" And he said, "I got this guy named Tyler." And I'm like, he spells his name Tylor or something crazy. I'm like, I checked this guy out, so I checked him out, and I liked his stuff, what I saw on YouTube, and so yeah, I just guess I happened to text him the same time he was writing this song, so it worked out.
That's really awesome. I love that. Now, JD, there's something about you that I have been drawn to since the very beginning. And you had said to me during an interview that you do everything yourself. You're booking everything, and you're so successful, and you've done really, really, really well. You've built a great fan base. What advice would you give to any other new up-and-coming independent artist? Yeah, I'll let you hold the mic.
Well, the first thing I tell people, I'm like, you need to learn how to play an instrument. That's the first thing. I don't think that I would give it 110% effort if I didn't play a guitar or a keyboard or something that would accompany myself, because if you don't, you have to depend on somebody all the time. When you have to depend on other players to show up and play your gigs, they're going to cancel on you when you've worked so hard to get a gig. When you learn how to play an instrument first, I think you kind of got a backbone that, if I play guitar, so I can literally play on any stage in the world, and don't have to depend on anybody showing up. Next thing is I tell people to get a website. If you don't have a website, no one's going to take you serious. It does cost money to get a website, get it done right, because when you tell people about your music, they want to go check you out when they're gone. And if you don't have a website, it's kind of like, I can't take you serious. And so, I think it starts with, learn how to play an instrument. Of course, singing is you have to do that, but a website, and that's how I started. I went to college to design my own site. And when I figured out how to do that, I felt like I was ahead of the game a little bit where I'm from. People didn't have sites, so I was getting gigs, and I would just send an email with my website. Boom, there's everything you need to know about me. They don't have to come see me live. My music's there, my videos are there. I can just, that's helped me. I started grassroots. I'm sure Ryan, these guys have started grassroots as well. That's how I make my living. I'm kind of my own record label, but I'm not a Curb Records. I'm not an MCA or a Big Machine. But one thing I've learned in the business, people can afford to book me rather than these guys that have hits, because I'm more reasonable in price. I can entertain people, and I think I have good songs. And I think all those things you have to have in your book to get recognized, because we all want to make a living doing this. And I've made a living singing cover songs, and I'll throw in original songs, and that's what's kind of made me my brand, is my songs I've written. So.
Well, that is great, and I'm sure that everybody who's watching is going to love hearing that from you. And I think it's so important that people know they can do this by themselves. I love it. He's videoing, and it keeps catching me off guard, and I love it, and it's great.
Michael, I swear you could be, just by the way you sound and by the way you look, you could be Chris Young's brother.
I've been saying that all night.
I get it all the time. I get it all the time.
Somewhere.
Chris Young.
I have to say, though, because I met Chris Young a couple of times in the last month or so, and he's so damn sweet and smiles, and I'm like talking to you, and I'm like, I swear you're like his kid brother.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a secret. You can look for me in his Think of You #1 he had. I'm in the video.
Nice. All right.
Are you serious?
You guys have to look for him now.
Yes.
Go check out, what was the
Good.
video again?
Those are
Think of You with
compliments.
Cassidy Pope.
Think of You with
Those are
Cassidy Pope.
compliments.
You guys have to check
You're
out that
your
video.
own person,
And
Is my hair crazy?
she is pretty, but your bride is prettier. Yes.
Come on, man, you wrote a song.
That's right.
All right, guys. Well, these guys are great. Please check them out. We're putting links up on the article for you so that you can talk to everybody, reach out to them, download their music. And until next time, stay tuned.
I don't wanna see that day they tear down my hometown, the pieces of my glory days scattered out on the ground. It seems like every day gives a little more rundown. I'm tired of talking about getting down, so we're packing up and leaving here now. 'Cause I don't wanna see that day they tear down my hometown.
Girl, you got that sexy little in your eyes. Let's keep this night in overdrive. 'Cause it's Friday night in a small town, baby. Buckle up, might get crazy. No telling what kind of trouble we get into. Well, I'm up on lane and make 'em all talk. We're banging about the creepy coolest summer night off. Painted red and burning right to the ground. Friday night in a small town.
Every now and then she rocks my tractor. It starts off slow and then she runs it faster. Well, I'm just trying to hold on tight, sit back and enjoy the ride. Makes this farmer wanna plow all night. She rocks my tractor. She rocks my tractor. When she rocks my tractor. Yeah.
Bring on that beer pressure, drag me out to make yourself feel better. One step down the trail, the last girls wanna get us real. Drinking morning and drinking together. You only live once, it's now or never. So you give me that beer pressure, that beer pressure. Pouring on that hair pressure. She's a little ball. I'm just a guy trying way too hard. Sipping some whiskey, trying to get her to kiss me. Thinking, baby, I wish we could get out of here. Damn, those lips, looking like a kilo in a twist. They were singing along, and all I wanted was the cutting, so I did. It was the best, worst, drunk first, back in the bar kiss.
She drives my truck down every road, loaded down with the heart she owns. Burning gas, rolling coal, heaven held my southern soul. When she puts my pawn in drive, with every year she comes alive. Yeah, she comes alive. When she drives my truck, yeah, when she drives my truck, that girl drives my truck.
I turn on my radio, I hear the unusual sound. The TV selling to you by taking the truth and twisting it around. Most of my life's been spent in front of some screens, selling to the kids some commercialized shit, just American green. But true love, it don't